And again, let's just start with our given information. And we're trying to prove these two triangles here are congruent. So triangle JNK and triangle LMK. We want to prove these two triangles congruent. And so we'll start with the given information. We need three things to prove triangles congruent. Three sides and or angles. So let's take a look. What have they told us? Line segment JN is congruent to line segment LM. So JN and LM are congruent, so I mark that on my diagrams. Make sure you mark it with that little single hash mark, so I know one side. We also know NK is congruent to MK. So we have MK, which is this line segment here, and NK, and I mark that with two hash marks there. And remember, you have to mark them differently, right? So this line segment is congruent to this one is congruent to this one. Don't mark them all with single hash marks, so then you're saying they're all congruent to each other. No, we just want this line segment congruent to this one. So NK congruent to MK. We also know an angle is congruent to another angle. We have angle JNK is congruent to angle LMK, or they used 1 point, angle N congruent to angle M, which is okay in this case because there is only really one possible angle N here. Remember, if you had, like, say, angle K, you wouldn't want to use that because there's multiple choices for angle K. So usually I like to use 3 letters for naming angles, but in this case it's okay because there's only one choice. So we have two sides and an angle. Now, is it SSA or SAS? Now remember, SSA is a curse word backwards, so we don't use that to prove triangles congruent unless, of course, it happens to be a right triangle, then it works, but these are not right triangles. So that's no good. So it has to be side angle side if these triangles are to be congruent. Is it side angle side? Well, what is side angle side? Let's take a look at a couple of angles here. So I have two congruent pairs of line segments that form an angle, and the angle is congruent. So this is side angle side. We have two congruent line segments connected by an angle. Side angle side. The reason this works is there's only one line segment that can connect these two. So these two triangles have to be congruent because this blue line segment that I drew here is going to be the same distance. There's only one line segment that I can draw between these two, so they have to be congruent. So if you look here, it is side angle side. So the two sides are connected to the angle. The angle is included. It's sandwiched between the two. So this is side angle side, and we know that the triangles are congruent, so make sure you get your congruency statement correct. So triangle JNK is congruent to triangle LMK, and the reason is side angle side. So I hope this helps, and please let me know if you have any questions. Peace.